Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that dominates in today's edition for Tuesday, 5th August 2025, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. The Christopher Columbus statue in Port of Spain to be removed following years of public protest. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's a service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
Welcome back. Emancipation Day celebrations in Port of Spain saw an energized mayor announcing the decision to remove the Christopher Columbus statue from its current location to the museum where it can be viewed in the future. Details in this CNC3 News item.
The controversial Christopher Columbus statue in Port of Spain will finally be removed following years of public protest. The announcement was made by Mayor Chinua Allen as the country celebrated African Emancipation Day. Scores of people flocked to the capital to commemorate the occasion, and those in attendance clapped and cheered as calls for reparation and decolonization dominated speeches during the traditional parade. Joshua Simongo brings us the story.
To the intrinsic beat of African rhythms and adorning dashikis, hundreds of Emancipation Day celebrants paraded along Independence Square North. Each of their steps through the capital city symbolizing a physical, mental, and spiritual journey. It is one which continues 191 years after the Emancipation Act was passed in the British Parliament.
Those who sit amongst us and want us to forget.
The Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago believe that there can be no sustainable development without reparatory justice. And we can have no reparations without decolonization.
Wadada's call for definitive steps towards reparations and decolonization was seemingly heard by Port of Spain Mayor Chinua Allen.
The Council of the City of Port of Spain has resolved to rename a portion of Oxford Street from Argyle Street to Charlotte Street, Kwame Ture Way.
The mayor then addressed a long-standing and deeply felt issue rooted in the country's colonial history and its contemporary national identity. This statue of Christopher Columbus is seen by many as not a tribute to an explorer, but a painful monument to a figure who represents the beginning of a genocide.
The Council of the City of Port of Spain has taken the decision to remove the statue of Christopher Columbus from Independence Square and to make it available to the National Museum and Art Gallery for display.
Columbus Square is also to be renamed to honor the victims of the transatlantic trade and the genocide of First Peoples. The square was opened in 1881. The Columbus Monument was gifted to the Port of Spain City Council by a cocoa planter in 1880. Joshua Simongo, CNC3 News.
Meanwhile, Emancipation Support Committee Chairman Zakia Wadada praised the Port of Spain Mayor's decision to remove the Christopher Columbus Monument from the capital city. However, she is calling for the entire of Oxford Street to be named after Kwame Ture.
For that one, we will say we're going in the right direction, but we ain't get there yet. Because we want Oxford Street to be renamed Kwame Ture Street. Yes? So we want the whole hog, we don't want a piece.
Meanwhile, the issue of reparations will be put on the front burner by the Kamla Persad Bissessar administration.
Prime Minister Kamla Persad Bissessar has pledged that her government will once again put the issue of reparations for slavery on the front burner. Speaking at the Emancipation Village this afternoon, Persad Bissessar said reparations remain essential for those who fought for liberation. The Prime Minister then outlined how her government will aid the cause in the next 5 years.
We will re-empower the National Reparations Committee. We'll support CARICOM's charge at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meetings this October, pursuing debt relief, developmental financing, and binding institutional reforms.
Meanwhile, President of the African Exim Bank, Dr. George Ilombi, encouraged Trinidad and Tobago to join other Caribbean nations and become a formal member of the bank. He said a US $3 billion funding limit is available to CARICOM member states that ratifies the partnership.
Two of St. Lucia's most troubling cases have taken a disturbing turn. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force confirmed on Thursday that key pieces of evidence have vanished in the investigations into the murder of Kimberly De Leon and the unlawful death of Chakadan Daniel, both high-profile cases that have haunted the nation for years. Miriam Montoud of the DBS News World filed this report.
On Thursday, the top brass of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force provided updates on 3 ongoing police matters: the murder of Kimberly De Leon, the unlawful police killing of Chakadan Daniel, and the investigations of sexual misconduct allegations against a senior police officer. Police Commissioner Vern Gard says there has been a recent breakthrough in the investigation of the shooting death of Kimberly De Leon. According to Gard, the lead investigator informed him of the development on Wednesday, which renewed interest in a key piece of evidence in the case. However, Gard revealed that the police have so far been unable to locate that piece of evidence.
We had to follow up with the exhibit room and also the Special Service Unit AMRI. And as we speak today, we are not in a position to have secured this exhibit.
Gard says that De Leon's mother was informed about this latest development. In the case of Chakadan Daniel, Gard says another vital piece of evidence in that case, a noose, was also missing. The 22-year-old was found dead while in police custody at the Micoud police station in October of 2013. His death was ruled an unlawful police killing by Magistrate Robert Innocent, who presided over the inquest in July 2015.
The search was carried out on Monday, and subsequent to the search, I must be honest with the people of St. Lucia, we are in a position where the exhibit itself has been removed from its sealed position, and it is no longer available for assessment by the RSSPF. So the noose is missing.
Gard says he refuses to lead an institution where evidence can go missing without accountability. Concerning the allegations of sexual misconduct against a senior police officer, Gard says that the Director of Public Prosecutions, Dazrian Green, reviewed the first 3 out of 4 files and reached a decision.
The Director of Public Prosecution has instructed that there is absolutely no prospect of legal proceedings on any one of these matters. This is as much as I have to say on that particular matter.
Gard says that as more information becomes available, the press will be updated. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montoud reporting.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick, in association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Over in Jamaica, where Member of Parliament for West Portland, Daryl Vaz, has accused the People's National Party of putting self-interest above national development. He made the claim while addressing supporters in Portland recently. CVM's Kevin Black was there and filed this report.
The heir was charged as Member of Parliament for Portland Western, Daryl Vaz, challenged opposition leader and People's National Party, PNP President Mark Golding, regarding the issue of transparency. Speaking at the JLP East and West Portland Gospel Concert Sunday night, Vaz questioned where exactly Golding's allegiance lies, referencing Golding's familial ties to the United Kingdom.
And I'm raising it tonight as an item that must be dealt with by civil society and not on the political platform. And I ask you, any man who born in Jamaica or same born in Jamaica and wait until he is 43 years of age to get a Jamaican passport, which allegiance him have, Jamaica or UK?
Vaz also urges the Jamaican people to analyze how much Golding actually cares about the holistic development of the country. He fears Golding's only priority is to his pockets, alleging Golding grows increasingly richer through his various political endeavors.
The bad mind, evil, wicked, PNP, all 14 of them, 13 of them, 14 of them, sorry, take the increase. And Mark Golding, salary gone from $8 million to $25.7 million. Him earn money, millions of dollars, through his private investment company, proven. But that is not enough for him. He want more and more and more money, because all that concern him is the almighty dollar and not the people of Jamaica.
Vaz also reminds that Prime Minister Andrew Holness could have received a salary increase but decided to allow his pay to remain at the current rate. The MP believes that the JLP administration is only trying to improve the financial outlook of citizens, regardless of what the opposition has to say on the matter.
Mark Golding is such a hypocrite and so bad mind that he might call out the Labour Party government, say we raise parliamentary salaries. Let me make it clear that Andrew Holness as Prime Minister supposed to get $28.7 million, moving from $9 million. And him say, as Prime Minister, we can't accept that.
Vaz claims the combined efforts of the Jamaica Labour Party will make victory in the upcoming elections that much easier. Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
HGP's Marvin Cato reports that President Irfan Ali of Guyana honored the indomitable spirit of African ancestors and reaffirmed his government's commitment to inclusive national development.
In his 5th Emancipation Day address to the nation, President Irfan Ali recognized the unbreakable spirit of our African ancestors who never relinquished their dignity or humanity. The president in a statement said the resistance to the inhumane transatlantic slave trade in captive Africans and the brutal plantation system, and according to the president, this remains one of the most profound stories of struggle and resilience in human history. The transatlantic slave trade has long been condemned by the international community as one of the gravest crimes against humanity, which tore millions from their homeland, inflicted unspeakable suffering, and attempted to erase the identity of an entire people. But the president reminded that the will to survive and the yearning for freedom proved far more powerful than the chains that bound them. Emancipation ended the system of African enslavement, but it also marked the beginning of a new journey, one driven by a yearning for economic power and self-determination. In the years since, African Guyanese, the president noted, have made indelible contributions to the building of our nation through education, entrepreneurship, sport, arts, governance, the professions, and particularly the village movement. They laid the foundation for resilient communities that continue to shape the future of Guyana. As we commemorate emancipation in 2025, we do so with a clear-eyed commitment to building a Guyana in which every citizen, regardless of race, religion, or background, has a stake in our development and shares in its bounty, he affirmed. The President called on the Afro-Guyanese community to reject with firm resolve the efforts of those who seek to manipulate race and ethnicity for narrow and selfish ends. These efforts, he said, serve no one. The President said he will remain unwavering in his pledge to ensure that no Guyanese is excluded from our national development, whether in the hinterland or on the coast, in the villages or the urban centers. All must be able to benefit from the growth and progress of our nation. He encouraged the nation to stand together, proud of our past, confident in our future, and united in our purpose. Let us celebrate the strength of our African Guyanese sisters and brothers and draw inspiration from their struggles and achievements. This is Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.